you waited till now?
Well, he started playing the song.
It is what it is, guys. It is what it is.
Are we good now? Are we good?
No, I'm fine now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
We
always
had a little
fine.
technical difficulties there. I mean, we're good now. Alex is in place, and has his mic set up and all that good stuff.
Yep.
so-
He's really learning how to use it.
He was, yeah. We're not giving you shit, Alex. I love how we all pause and we're just going to go into we're just going to do just everybody be silent. We'll let him fix it, and they'll run it in, and then we'll piece it together like it was just fluid. Like nobody would even notice whatsoever until Jam's like, boom, we're going in the intro. Let's go. Right, coming in hot.
Pretty sure John's not cutting this out.
No. Hey, this is Grabbing the Brisket, guys. Hey, thank you for listening. Thanks for the follows, I guess. I mean, I hope you're following us. Please do. Yeah. Run over to grabbingthebrisket.com. Check out all the cool stuff that we have on our website. A lot of links to all our social medias, the TikToks and YouTubes and all the videos.
All our beers and
all
the
swags.
It's getting chilly. You need to get a hoodie.
Sending your barbecue wins and fails. We got our hotline up. Matt, you know the number?
8675 brisket 09.
Yeah, don't do that. It's I'll tell them what it is. It's 434-829-2299. 434-829-2299. Just call in, leave your message with your win, your fail, or any barbecue related question, and we'll use that shit.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I called it myself. And I listened to the voicemail, and I'm like, and I immediately text John. I was like, "Who did the recording on the voicemail? That voice does not sound familiar to me. Like, did you pay somebody to do like a voice ad or something?" And then John was like, "No, that's Matt." I'm like, I got to go back and listen to this thing. And I listened to it again. I'm like, that still doesn't listen. I mean, I know people sound different on the phone, and people sound different on recordings. It did not sound like Matt to me.
Yeah, we had like 6 messages, and they're all James going like, "What the fuck does this sound like?"
But that led me to my next little thing. I'm actually going to start calling in, guys. I'm going to start leaving you guys messages. John, are you getting these messages?
Prank calls.
Yeah, we do get messages, and I actually have one. If you want me to play it, we could play it if you guys want.
Okay, yeah. I thought maybe after listening to the message, like maybe it goes to somebody else, and I don't want to like prank call some poor son of a bitch and like go be all weird, and he's gonna be like, "I'm scared."
Yeah. All right, I'm going to play this message, and let's see if you guys can figure out. This was our first message we got. We got this a couple weeks ago, but we hadn't had a chance to play it yet. So I'm going to play it, and you guys tell me if you know who it is.
My name is Mel, and I'm not going to tell you who the fuck I am. You know who the fuck I am. And my brisket win is that they're all deadly. And my brisket fail is that sometimes I don't clean my shit out, and things catch on fire and burn into an unrecognizable mess of shit. I clean my shit out often so that never happens. I hope you have a great fucking night.
All right. Hey, that's Mel.
Yeah. Dark Side of the Grill.
Yeah.
Check him out. We've had him on the podcast before.
That might be my favorite accent.
Right. Yeah, the Canadian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that dude's great.
How drunk was he when he left that message, you think?
I don't know. It's like...
hard to tell with Mel.
Hey, it's probably 9 o'clock in the morning.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Could have been.
He's on his game all the time.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm asking, do they automatically sign a waiver by them calling in, we get to use their stuff?
I don't know if they do or not, but we're going to use it.
Okay, great.
That's a voicemail.
Yeah.
I got to go edit the voicemail at the very end. Be
Until
like,
you get a cease and desist.
and by do all the rights right,
Right.
into the voicemail.
Some micro machine guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
You slow it down, and it's still...
Those aren't real words.
Right.
Yeah. That's
Hey,
good. So is that the only one we have? Do we have others?
No, we have a couple that were like testing, like that.
Okay.
But that's
weird.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're all Mel. Just testing. Bueller. Testing.
We don't have any like nervous ones where like they're trying to leave a voicemail and it's just silence. Click. None of those.
No, I haven't heard any of those yet.
Is there caller ID on that?
I don't think so. Well, this one that I'm looking at, it does show a phone number. It doesn't say who it is, but
Oh, damn it.
it does show a phone number.
Alex is going to start calling in, pranking ourselves.
Really? Is
That's
where
why
you
he's
were going with
asking.
this?
100% that's
Maybe.
happening. I'm going to come up with like the weirdest accent that I can think of, and
This is James
Yeah.
Gibson here.
I'll call
We know who that
I'll
is.
call on my work line. You wouldn't know
Yeah.
what number it's come from, and yeah, we'll have fun with that for sure, 100%. Hey, great. Let's get into barbecue. Let's get into talking to how our week was. Everybody's week been great. I know Jan has been. I wouldn't say you've been like party mode. You have been off work for a few days. You're in transition between two jobs, so
Yep, I am.
a lot of like honeydews, a lot of like just like running
stops,
around,
man.
and yeah,
I wish I could go to work.
no me time.
Yeah, no me time. Zero me time.
No chance to fire up that smoker and just like cook a brisket all
Can't
day.
even watch porn. No time for it.
Wow, and that's only like 2 minutes.
I know. I know. No, it's been good, man. It's a lot of things I want to do around the house. So, yeah, of course, like it's always great when you don't have to go to work. The problem is I'm waking up just the same time as I do anyways, and then I'm just up doing a bunch of stuff like all day. Like I was up all day yesterday. I mean, I must have worked. It was dark by the time I got done. And I'm like, what am I doing with myself? Usually when I go to work, I get off, I come home and go, oh, I had a bad day at work, and get to sit on the couch or something and watch TV. No, I don't have that excuse. Like I get the stares when you come home, like, you didn't do the dishes? You didn't do any laundry? You didn't do anything? I'm like, this sucks. I gotta find me a part-time job or something.
Yeah, just go be like a Walmart greeter for like a couple of weeks.
Yeah. I might really love it. Be like, nope, this is my career. Screw it.
Right? Hey, they're fixing to make $20 an hour. So
Are they really?
no, I'm just kidding.
Oh, shit. Well, John works at Walmart right now, and he's making $15 an hour.
Nice.
That's in Hawaii, though. So
That's true. It is in
Everything-
Hawaii.
Gallon of milk costs $12 or whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
What is the Hawaiian dollar going for these days?
I don't think there is a Hawaiian dollar.
No,
Is it
I
just-
don't know.
Just testing you
Is
guys.
it just dried papaya or something?
Paid in hibiscus.
paid
Some
in pineapple. They give
coconut.
pineapple with everything in Hawaii.
Coconut flakes.
It's pretty great.
Have you been to Hawaii?
I have been to Hawaii.
They
We
give
went
you-
there. We
give
went
you
there on our
pineapple?
honeymoon.
So do we.
They give you pineapple?
You go to McDonald's and they give you pineapple.
Really?
Did you get some spam sushi while you're there?
Yeah.
I
Do you-
did not,
No.
Do you know why they give you pineapple in Hawaii everywhere?
because there's so much of it.
Because it grows like a damn weed everywhere.
That's not true. they have
They have a huge
pineapple
farm there.
groves.
Yeah.
Right?
They got the Dole plantation.
Dole plantations
yeah.
there. Yeah.
Right.
But
And-
each pineapple plant only produces one pineapple. Think about that for a minute.
I did see, I don't know if it's some sketchy California shit or
It's always sketchy in California.
there was a market, a guy threw a TikTok out there, and I think these people are producing these like non-GMO pineapples, but the supermarkets, maybe it's the growers or whatever, they're getting tricky, they're getting smart. They're cutting the tops off of these pineapples so they can't take the stalks and grow their own.
Yeah.
This is just stupid.
Yeah.
How dumb is that?
What's GMO?
That's what I was wondering as well.
It's like the fruit or veggies that it won't reproduce on its own. It's like they keep these farmers, like they have to keep going back and buying the seed and everything from them, from these like Monsanto people and everything, to be able to grow. Like you can't just reproduce it on your own.
That's what non-GMO means?
Yeah, so like these non-GMO pineapples, you could literally cut the top off, eat the rest of it, plant it, and grow your own pineapple. But if it's a GMO, it just won't grow on its own. You can't
Wow.
like reproduce it.
You know way more
Look
stuff
at
than
the
I thought.
Big brain on Matt.
Wow.
I watched there was some
Wait, so is
documentary.
non-GMO better than GMO?
I mean, I don't think there's eating wise, like nutrition wise, any difference. It's just if you're trying to grow it, I think is where it comes in. Now, some people don't like it because it's like some genetically modified. That's what it is. Genetically modified. I don't know, something or other. I don't know.
Well, that just sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not all natural. We like all natural around
It's like we
here.
were talking about the 3D printed brisket last episode or whatever it was. You know,
This has been Science with Matt. Thanks for tuning in.
It's like
knowledge is power.
It's like the pistachios back in the day that had brown spots on them. And that's the reason they used to dye them red.
Wait, you eat red pistachios? What?
No, they used to dye them red.
No.
Y'all remember that?
No.
I don't know what you're talking
Yeah, I
about.
think so.
I don't know that.
When you would buy pistachios back in the day, they would dye them red because they had brown spots all over them. And they looked bad. So they would dye them red until they genetically modified them.
That's the what was it? McDonald's French fries? Did y'all see that shit? I should never eat McDonald's ever again. Like they only buy potatoes from certain farmers, and it's because they use this drug and they spray their potatoes with it, and it basically takes all the dark spots away. Those dark spots happen naturally in a potato, right? You call them bruises,
the
or
bruises,
whatever,
or
right?
the eye of the potato.
Yeah,
You know,
but it's so bad that the farmers, when they spray their field, like supposedly, which I don't know if this is even true or not, they won't even go into the field for like 5 days after they've sprayed because it's so toxic. But yet, that's what you eat you make your potatoes from for French fries. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Super bad.
it's okay. They boil it. What do they fry the? What was the oil? What's the oil they used to fry their
whatever
fries?
the worst kind of oil is, it's got to be that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they used to do it in lard.
They used to do it in lard. I mean, that was why back in the day, McDonald's French fries. Well, I guess back in the day, everybody used lard to cook their
How far
fries.
back in the day? Because I know my parents told me my first words were "mommy," "daddy," and French fries. It was fries.
Yeah.
So I was
I think
counting down that
me
stuff.
personally, when I refer to back in the day, that's prior to me being born.
Oh, okay.
Which in my mind feels like it was only about 20 years ago or about 30 years ago.
Like canola oil is not good for you. Vegetable oil is not good for you. These are man-made things that you shouldn't even be using.
Right.
Yeah, we've been switching over to avocado oil in my family.
Yeah, so we have two.
Yeah.
Yeah, canola. That's shit for you. This is toxic, James. You
Yeah.
should not have this in your house.
I like castor oil.
Right.
How
How many avocados have to get murdered to have your pint
As
of
many as it
oil?
takes, James.
I'm not
Damn
really
hippie.
I'm not really big on
Where are they getting the oil
avocado,
from?
Avocado oil, but I do like the olive oil.
Yeah. How do you
It's
milk that
fantastic.
What
product?
about peanut oil?
Yeah, peanut oil.
A million or a
That's what they use at Chick-fil-A.
gajillion Italians can't be wrong on the Italian oil. I mean, Italian oil.
Italian oil.
Well,
Maybe I'm wrong.
you're cut off. A million gajillion Italians. What are their damn Italian oil?
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, you see, they do a lot of research as far as different, would you say, ethnicities and different regions around the world, and they do say that some of the Italians live a little bit longer than some of the other people. I'm not saying they live the longest, but
It's quality of life, man.
yeah, maybe so.
They
drink
They're
don't
all
have-
greased up and oiled
They
up.
drink.
You know?
They
drink
drink
a little vino, drink a little wine.
That's right.
Probably a lot less fast food.
Yeah, it's
Probably more.
For
You're
sure.
probably spot on. A lot less processed food.
Yeah.
That's our biggest probably downfall as America.
Yeah.
Everything's processed.
But it is delicious.
But how are you going to get your dinosaur nuggets, man? I mean, I'm just saying.
I don't even buy any of that stuff.
Well, now you can get your dino nuggies with vegetables mixed in.
It's disgusting.
That sounds awful.
That's 'cause you're trying to bribe your kid. Like, oh no, it's a pterodactyl broccoli. Yum, eat it.
Well, no, it's just a dino nugget. It looks like a chicken nugget, but it
Made
has
of
vegetables in it.
Ugh.
I watched a video that this mother was feeding her, not maybe a year-old kid, 2 spoons. Put the I guess it was like some type of like pudding or some type of dessert or something in front of its face. It could smell it, and it was like
Open his mouth.
wide open, like a freaking baby bird, just wide open for Mama Chick to just dump the food in,
Yeah.
and then here comes the trickery. Here comes the
peas.
other spoon.
Peas and carrots.
The mashed peas and carrots.
Yum.
And that baby was so confused. It was like, first it was happy, and then it started chewing like, no. And then that other spoon come out, and he was like, started getting like happy again, and then boom.
20 years later, why does my son have trust issues? I don't understand it.
Right.
100%.
That's awesome.
So I saw, well, earlier today we did a couple of videos, but I've been seeing all over the internet people doing these bacon briskets, these brisket bacons.
Not a thing.
What's the terminology that they use? Bacon brisket?
Yeah.
I think Matt Pittman from Meat Church Barbecue is the one that's first started this, and it's gone viral. Everybody is making this, and all it is pork belly smoked like a brisket.
Which is smoked.
It's just a whole slab of pork belly. Which
It's a whole slab
Yeah.
of pork belly.
But it's just smoked. It's not smoked like a brisket. It's just smoked.
right.
It's smoked like anything you would
Yeah,
smoke.
I guess I'm
Right.
confused. Are you just using brisket seasoning?
That's what I was wondering. Yeah, are you like seasoning it?
That
and
you
we do
wouldn't
that
use
already.
on pork?
I use chicken seasoning on pork. Doesn't matter. I use pork seasoning on beef. You know, like I'm always trying something new.
It's just weird.
What if you cut down thin like slices of brisket and try to throw them on the flat top? Try to fry it up like bacon.
Okay, so what I thought...
That-
What I
think that
thought
is
before I
bacon.
watched this whole video that they put out, what I thought that they were going to do was, yes, go ahead and smoke it like you're doing a brisket, but don't fully cook it. And then you slice it in little thin slices, and then you throw it onto a flat top, and you actually cook it like bacon.
Yeah.
How badass would that be?
Maybe we should do our version of it.
True.
Maybe that's what we do.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I do
if
like
throwing
pork belly.
brisket seasoning on it makes it brisket bacon, then is it the same for chicken and pork ribs and anything else you put
Yes.
brisket seasoning on?
How's your
now
brisket
it's-
chicken?
Yeah.
Yum.
Try out this brisket
there-
asparagus. I put brisket seasoning on it, so now it's brisket asparagus.
Brisket ribs.
It's stupid.
Mommy,
There
I
is
want
turkey
brisket
bacon,
corn.
so why can't there be brisket bacon?
But turkey bacon is made out of turkey, and it's fried up like bacon, and it has a bacon flavor.
So would brisket.
It won't have bacon.
No, but
flavor.
brisket bacon is made of bacon, not brisket.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about cutting really thin slices of brisket and throwing it on the flat top and frying it up like bacon.
I
I
don't
feel like it'd
think
just be
that'd
Yeah, you
really
can do that. I
tough.
think it would dry
brisket.
out.
It would dry
It
out.
doesn't have the fat in it.
Yeah.
Dry and tough.
Yeah.
You need some kind of fat. They do have
could try it,
beef bacon,
Yeah.
which is like the similar to
From the belly?
the pig, the belly. There, I don't see it around here. I'm sure that it's out there somewhere, but you can get a hold of it. They do. You can get beef bacon.
I mean, but how much fat do you cut off a brisket before you cook it?
Well, the fat will just render if you,
Right, just like
Cook it.
bacon.
but it won't be any meat there to. It's a different meat. It's a fattier meat, not the fat.
It
around
sounds
the
like
meat.
an experiment
You might-
that we're going to need to try.
Right.
We'll definitely
maybe,
try it out.
maybe on the point.
Yeah.
Definitely
Because
point.
of thin slices of the point.
Yeah.
We did see the chicken fried brisket
Yeah.
with the actual big, nice, fatty point.
Okay, I was about to say you have to use a point for that.
Yeah,
It
and
looks
then
good.
they dredged in flour, seasoned flour into the look like some type of like buttermilk
They smoke
seasoned.
it first.
Yeah, fully smoked brisket
Point.
point, cut out like a chunk that was probably maybe a inch thick. Flour, wet sauce, flour, boom into the deep fryer.
Yeah. They called it chicken fried, but it is really deep fried. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked good. I mean, I didn't see the like people tearing into it and eating it, but I'm sure it was delicious.
I would
So
eat
it's
the shit
tough.
out of it.
I'd try it for sure.
Sounds tough.
I don't know. It looked good.
Isn't chicken fried steak usually made with like a tougher piece of?
It's been tenderized.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
beat the hell out of it. You know?
Right.
Yeah, you have a mallet that you beat the shit out of it with.
Like I've done this before, and I've used just slices of the lean, and I took like 3 or 4 of them. I floured it basically like I do my chicken fried steak. So I threw it into the flour, seasoned flour, into the egg wash, into the flour again, and then boom, right into the pan, and kind of pan fried it, flip it. It was tasty, but it was lean and it dried out. I mean, it was super dry. Flavor was good for sure, 100%.
Yeah, I don't. Listen, there's only 2 things you should. I mean, in my opinion, right? Pork chops, chicken, and steak. Just let brisket be brisket.
That's 3 things.
Right.
Well, it was 3 things. I just thought of pork chops on the very beginning, but like fried pork chops are a thing, right? That's really good. Eat that, right? The pork, the chicken, the beef, but let the brisket just be a brisket. You don't have to chicken fry it. That's just weird.
I don't know.
It's
If you had
inf-
leftover, I
it's-
would still try it.
But I mean, what's the point of it?
I guess. You try it once, and I feel like it's just kind of like
You're
an
just cooking something
influencer.
twice.
It's like a social media, like I'm trying to grab a bunch of views on this.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do something with it, like turn the brisket into something else. Don't fry it up. I don't even know. Like, Make another dish out of it.
All I know is
right?
tomorrow I'm going to make some brisket chicken wings. And by that, I mean I'm going to smoke them a little bit before I just make chicken wings.
There it is.
There you go.
There it is.
You have to use brisket seasoning.
I did see a thing that a lady took corn dogs and cooked them, then like butterflied them open, and made them chili dogs,
Okay,
but out of corn dogs.
it's different.
I would eat that.
I like chili and
It
cheese.
looks really good.
Yeah, I would eat that.
I would
I'll
definitely
eat
try
anything. It doesn't really matter.
Do anything?
I mean, if it's food.
Yeah. I think everything, and I'll be quite honest right now, and maybe sometimes we fall a little bit into that category trying to jump out there and grab the people's attention and jump out there like, okay, trying to get the likes, trying to get the follows and hey, and all that good stuff. I think we maybe jump into that a little bit, but I think it's more like I look all over social media and all of it's just like Texas or just like fair food. You know what I mean? Like when the rodeo comes to town, it's just people coming up with weird fried concoctions or just weird
Deep fried
type
Oreos
stuff that they're just trying to wow the masses. Like, boom, hey, deep fried Oreo that's encased in ice cream that's actually fried again
Yeah.
in funnel
Jesus.
batter,
That sounds amazing.
and then we sprinkle it with powdered sugar.
Then we smoke it.
Then we
And then you wrap it in bacon.
Yeah, we wrap it in bacon
then it just keeps
for 12
going,
hours
right? I was like,
with hickory. Nobody smokes with hickory,
Yeah.
right? Except for Alabamians or something. It's disgusting.
but you understand what I'm saying? It's like it just. I think people are always just reaching and grabbing and trying to like shock and awe and create something just like new. And you try some of the stuff and you're like, oh, that's okay. I'll do it once. I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to try it all the time. But
What is the process? It's a 15-hour cook for the brisket, and then you're like, oh, now we got to like dredge it in chocolate and flour it and fry it, and then we're going to make this whole like dessert and churn the butter and the ice cream. Like,
Right.
man, it's great and all, but like, give me some of that brisket real quick before you
Yeah.
fuck it up.
Lemon meringue
maybe
brisket.
it's good. Maybe it's not. Maybe Aaron Franklin over there is like, hey, you're not deep frying my brisket. I just spent like
Not happening.
16 hours cooking.
You have to sign a waiver now
Right.
that you won't do that.
I did see that Jess Prowls put out a TikTok earlier where she commented on somebody else's video. Did you see that? Where these influencers were taking Coca-Cola and pouring over a rack of ribs,
And worms are coming out?
and the worms come out.
Oh, yeah.
That was like I
It
saw
was
like 10
rice.
years ago
Yeah, I
people doing
saw
stuff
that.
like
Well,
that.
they go back and look at it. They actually just put cooked rice on
Yes.
top of the ribs, and they go back and pan, and then she comes out and explains like this is what they did, this whole thing, and then she's like it's total bullshit,
Yeah.
and her own
I tagged her in that
vocabulary.
video
Did
before
you?
she responded
Yeah.
to it. Yeah.
and she's like it's actually illegal in the state of Texas to, I guess I got it
You
written down
can't
somewhere.
deface pork or beef in the state of Texas.
Well, you can't publicly influence something about the consumer like food in the state of Texas in a negative way. That's I don't know what the law is. I'll go back and look at
If
her
you're
video.
making it up,
Yeah,
right?
you
If you're making it up,
Yeah.
can't
But-
the face.
On the flip side of that, I'm okay with that. That'll drive the prices down.
Do it for brisket next.
Yeah, please.
I'm okay with that. Yeah.
And also, if you're listening, skirt steak, because there's no reason why that should be $30 a pound. I'm just saying.
Yeah, tell me this. So every single time I go to the grocery store, I check out the cow tongue because I want to make lengua tacos. And every single time I check it, the cow tongue is like $32.
Really?
Why is it so expensive? It's just the tongue. Like,
Is it-
how many
is it-
people really
is
buy
it because of HEB? Do we need to go to
Kroger's.
Yeah, am I going to the wrong place? Like,
no?
why
it's
is it
like
that
maybe
expensive?
like La Mexicana, some of the other
Fiesta.
places, meat markets that are around us. Maybe we can get a little bit cheaper.
Well, there's only one tongue per cow.
That's true.
2 briskets.
Walmart has whole
Per
pig
cow.
heads right now for like $12.
Yeah, I was at the
Heads?
grocery store. I wanted to get a steak. Me and Jan were talking about doing some steaks for Sunday for cooking for football, and they had 2 tiny ass New York strip steaks that the weight for both steaks were under a pound. It was like 0.89, and it was over $20, $21 for both these steaks, and I'm like,
Not even marbles.
good God, you're out of your mind. Like it, nobody's paying. And then you walk over a little bit, they had Wagyu, like, chuck steaks. And it was probably like $36. I'm like, I'm not paying that. And then you walk over to the hamburger meats, where they have the ground beef, and there's actually like Wagyu ground chuck roast. It was like $36 for like a hamburger meat for like a pound and a half. I'm like, you guys are crazy. Get out of here.
Yeah, we're having chicken again.
The worst New York strip steak I ever had was in New York. We went up there for Leslie's birthday, and we went to a steakhouse. Just kind of found one. And it seemed like a nice place. We went there. So I was like, I'm in New York. Let's get a New York strip. It was trash.
Yeah. You know why?
Because you were out of sight of Texas.
That's
There's
right.
No food,
they
good
make
food
pizza
outside of
there.
Texas.
They make pasta.
But I figured at a steakhouse
Yeah,
in New
I
York.
know. People try, like, my daughter just got back from Vegas, right? And they ate at some very nice steakhouse in Vegas, and she's like, "Look, it was okay, it was good, right?" She goes, "Killen's way better." And I'm like, "Man, I know. And it's here in town. Killen's Steakhouse here in town, like their sides, everything is just money. You know what I mean? It's so freaking good." And you travel and you go to these high-end places that are so well known, and she's like, their sides sucked. Everything sucked about it. It just was not a good place to eat. Everything's overcooked. It didn't have flavor. It didn't have this. I'm like, geez Louise.
She's a real world traveler.
She is. Who's she calling out? Like Wolfgang? We talk about Wolfgang Puck?
I'll ask her what her name was. Yeah.
Guy Fieri? Does he have a place there?
Yeah.
I'm just throwing names that I
He
can
does.
remember.
He does. I eat there.
I would trust any restaurant he had. Guy Fieri.
Oh, yeah.
I would take anything he's got.
I posted a picture. I ate there during the day. It was like a brunch or a lunch thing. I posted a picture of the last year of the Bloody Mary that I got. So, you know if you saw that. I remember the Bloody Mary I posted.
Yeah.
It was just huge. It had everything on, with the kitchen sink in there, right? And then I had a burger. The burger was good. I mean, it's just a restaurant, though. It was like a normal, like a diner
Right.
looking thing.
It wasn't Flavor Town.
I mean, it was good, but it wasn't. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what he. Yeah.
No,
You're going to Flavor Town, but I figure if you're going to Flavor Town, you're expecting the best burger that you ever had. Like, do you remember like the best burger you ever had?
Kind of, maybe. Yeah.
Yep. It was a Wednesday afternoon.
Like, I still miss my grandmother's burgers she used to make. But like, I don't know. Like,
I was going to say the ones y'all cooked on the old school flat top that y'all had here for a while.
yeah, that was really good. Once
like
I made
30 years of like grease baked
Yeah.
into
Nice
it,
season.
So much seasoning and
ones I-
flavor to it.
once I made the other day over here were pretty freaking legit. They were really
They're
good.
pretty tasty. Yeah. One question that I have, like, I see a lot of videos on TikTok or Instagram. You thumb through a lot of videos, especially if you watch a lot of barbecue or a lot of cooking videos. It just keeps getting like fed to you like over and over and over again. But one of the stuff that keeps popping up is, how do you keep your griddle clean? How do you clean this? And it's restaurants and all stuff like that. And I'm seeing a lot of these restaurants, I mean, just throwing like chemicals, like literally they have their flat top seasoned up with like a nice good amount of seasoning. And maybe it's a metal, maybe it's a
stainless.
It's
They're
stainless
using-
steel versus.
Well, you can't. Yeah, it's a stainless steel, but they're using stuff that is for griddles. They're not using like 409. You know what I
Correct.
mean, it's something.
Well, one of it was like Scotch Brite. It was like a
Oh,
liquid
never
Scotch
mind.
Brite.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No,
And then
Probably shouldn't
they
use
went through
Don't
and
do
like
that.
scrubbed all through it, and then they came back and did something else, and they finished it off with like basically like with that liquid lemon juice or lime juice concentrate, like what John's put in his drinks. They had it like in a gallon and just poured it all over the flat top, and they scrubbed that in, and that flat top came out just like looking like bare aluminum. everything's just bright and shiny again.
But it's not seasoned.
It's not seasoned.
Yeah.
You're basically starting over again. And I don't know the flat top that we used, that Grandma used back
Carbon
in
steel. It's like this one right here.
It's carbon steel.
Well, it's cast iron.
Or, yeah, it's still carbon, right?
Yeah, if you had a cast iron like griddle skillet, you're not cleaning it to the bare bones.
No, you use the
all
bricks.
the time, right?
No, you could use the bricks. You clean it. You get the surface clean. You re-season it. But
Yeah.
You don't.
I was confused with that.
Not
I was like,
stripping it.
I feel like you're just chemically wiping away all the flavor.
Yeah.
I don't know. I digress.
I see what you're saying. So should we roll into the grabbing a brisket?
Beer review.
All right, Jan, you brought this one in. What do we got?
We have the Eureka Heights beer, and the name of it is Tinsel Trousers. A festive spice golden ale. 12 ounces, right? 7.3 alcohol by volume. And on the
Love that.
I know. And on the back here, I kind of smelled it a little bit. So it has a little of a spice there, right? But it says Tinsel Trousers is an ode to our favorite holiday-ish cookie. The golden ale is brewed with golden promise malt, Madagascar vanilla, cinnamon, and lactose, guaranteed to get you caroling. Also, James may have to go to the bathroom after this one.
If you're going to do vanilla, I mean, really, Madagascar vanilla is the way to go.
Hey.
I've been saying this for years. So what cookie is this supposed to be after? They said their favorite cookie, but what is it?
It's their favorite. It's their favorite.
It's a favorite holiday-ish cookie.
They don't say what it is.
It's obviously a cinnamon vanilla cookie of some sort.
There's always, in my family, my mom bakes so many different kinds of like homemade cookies around Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
Santa's whiskers, poinsettia cookies, like all kinds of stuff.
This one tastes like the
I don't know
Girl
what those
Scout
mean.
cookie.
Which one?
I don't know. It's got a hell of a head on it, don't it?
The one that's it's got the little swirls on top. It's got the little hole in the center.
Oh, the toasted caramel, little caramely one?
Caramel Delights?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Tastes like that?
I don't know about that. Okay, we'll see.
There definitely is a coconut flavor.
Is there?
That's what I get.
I'm picking up.
I'm getting the vanilla. I'm not really getting coconut. I think it's a vanilla cinnamon
It's
combination.
Madagascar vanilla.
Yeah, it's the Madagascar and the vanilla that you're tasting.
Yeah. Cinnamon for sure. The lactose, yes. I don't know. This is a holiday beer, though. I mean, next week is Christmas, right?
Yeah, this is technically our Christmas episode. I know we talked a lot of Christmas stuff last week, but this is really the one that drops the week of Christmas. So.
There it is.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Christmas
Cool
beer.
can.
I do like can.
Yeah.
It's weird, though, because it's they have printing on the can, and then they also have a wrap on the
Yes,
can.
I noticed that too.
Yeah, I'm like,
That's
it's
weird.
really weird. It's like it was like some other can, some other kind of beer they have, and like let's save some money, just wrap this thing around.
Yeah,
it.
it's because older beer cans are the same with the logo on top, and then they just come in and wrap the bottoms.
Is that how they do
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
I'm definitely going to cut this open when we're done.
You know,
Very
I'm not a big fan of a lot of the Christmas ales, like the St. Arnold's and the Carbox and all the. I'm just not a big fan of that kind. This one's pretty good. I kind of like it.
I do too.
You know what I mean?
Nice. You coming in at like 7.3. That's pretty awesome.
With the
Yeah.
ABV?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. I'm going to feel this one later.
So you can't give it
Spiced.
lower than a 7.3 rating.
You just got spice.
John's
son.
over
Yeah.
here peeling off on the.
There's nothing underneath it.
I feel like
So you're right. Yeah, they're saving money.
Just wait. That's
yeah,
it.
they're just being cheap.
I feel like you.
No, I'm not. I'm okay with this because.
Oh, really? Mr. No Wrap is okay with this?
Just listen. I don't like when you wrap your full can because that tells me like, okay, you're just printing labels and you got white cans. At least they spent the money to give me the Eureka Heights and their logo on the top of this can that's not wrapped.
Don't give me that shit. That's
Is this
bullshit.
the part where we say that they paid him $500
Yes,
to bring
yes.
this beer in? Okay.
Hey,
Yeah. This beer brought to you by this beer.
okay. Somebody's saying something about lunch.
My watch is talking to me.
Yeah, that's just Apple listening in on us.
So yeah, this beer has definitely a spiced
Yeah.
ale to this, right? But it doesn't taste like it's not beer either, right?
It
No,
does.
It
taste
tastes like
it is
beer. Yeah,
Yeah.
it tastes like
It was-
it is
some
beer.
of these beers that we get sometimes they're very overly sweet and spiced and whatever, right? And you're just like, I mean, I could drink this, but it's like a dessert almost, or
Yeah, it's
a
like smoothie
cereal
or
milk.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you you could probably drink like 3 or 4 of these, and that you're not going to get like that burnt out drinking IPAs unless you were like really enjoy IPAs, but you're going to get that burnt out like, I'm not really feeling this. After probably like 2 or 3 of these, you're going to be feeling everything.
It's got a high drinkability
Yeah,
score.
yeah, exactly.
Did we say what it was called?
Yeah, it's called something.
It's called something.
Tinsel pants.
Tinsel trousers.
Tinsel trousers.
Tinsel trousers. Okay.
I like tinsel pants.
I wonder if it's a reference to something.
I'm sure there's
It's
probably
very
like
odd. Very odd that,
some type of like euphemism or some type of like there's probably something on Urban Dictionary. There's something that's like I know that tinsel does have a double meaning in the Urban Dictionary.
Look that up, Matt.
I'm not going to go into it, but it does talk about tinsel is your pube trimmings.
Okay, so he's going to go into it.
Oh, that's what hey, it all comes back to the pube trimming conversation.
Yeah,
There it is.
and we're not sponsored by Manscaped ananymore, so handle on
Cube
your own.
trimmings. We'll call this ball throw beer.
I don't think they would make any money if they did that.
No?
No.
Okay.
No.
Alex, what's your score?
I enjoy it. It's a pretty good beer. I'm going 8.3.
I'm gonna go next. You really taste like the. I don't know what kind of spice that is, but I would just say it's Christmas spice. I don't know what you call that. You know, it's very heavy on the vanilla flavor, but I like that. I'm gonna give it a 7.8.
John, what do you got?
Oh, we can't just jump back and forth.
Oh,
You're
really?
next.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
this is
fine.
how that goes.
I'll go. I'll go.
Zigzag.
I'm fine. I'm fine with it. I thought we were going this way, like that. You know?
Oh, are we? I
Well,
can go next if you
No,
want me
no,
to go next.
no, John. Let me go. Let me do this. Yeah, I do like the spice. This I do like the fact that you still get the beer flavor of this. I'm a 7.6.
It's a good score.
It is a good score. It's solid. That's
That's where I'm at.
it's a very good beer.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice. It's like taking me back into like middle school where we're all going around the class and like we're all circling around back to me. You know, I'm
drinking
the
beers.
last one to go, and that anxiety builds up. You're like, holy crap, it's fixing to be me. I need to start thinking about what I'm going to say. This is actually a pretty good beer. No. Sorry, guys. Long dramatic pause there. It's a good beer. I think after the first beer, if we could do rating scores, if we're going to drink like maybe 3 of these, I think they gradually just grow and grow and grow
Yeah, the score's going to
until
go
like
up
really
the more
great.
these you have. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Give it time; it gets bigger.
It has a little bit of a bitter spice flavor to me that's kind of off-putting.
Yeah.
It kind of lingers a little bit. It's not horrible. I mean, and I'm going to finish this beer. I'm going to say, let me give it another drink.
All right.
You're stealing all my moves.
Okie dokie.
Well,
That wasn't a good drink. Do another one, James.
Can I jump in here, or
Yeah,
are you gonna be
no,
drinking for a
just
while?
wait
What's
your
going
turn.
on over here?
You know what? Hold your thought, James. John, go ahead.
John, go ahead.
This is a Daisy beer. I was actually like trying to figure out something wrong with it. I really like this beer, and I'm not a huge fan of Christmas holiday ales. Most of the time, they got too
Yeah.
much spice. It's too much, too strong, and I'm always like, oh, if it's cold enough, I'll drink it. But no, this is just good. I like this. I'm gonna go 8.6. I like it.
Good score.
Nice.
Good score.
Man,
You know what?
wow.
I do agree with you though, because this is not over the top. You know what I mean? The flavor, it's got flavor. You feel like it is a Christmas beer, but also you feel like, hey, I'm still drinking a normal beer. Like I can drink this.
Super drinkable.
Yes. So, James.
I really hate to bring down the holiday spirit here. But
all right,
Here
let's go,
we
Grinch.
It's okay.
Tinsel, I would love to know the story behind Tinsel trousers. It's got to be some type of meeting there.
Yeah, Matt was researching it. What'd you find, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about when you grow your pubic hair out too much and it sticks out your shorts.
Nice. Okay. I'm definitely not going to the bar and go, hey, give me a pint of that Tinsel trousers. It's not happening.
We don't serve your
I'm not
keg in
asking
here.
for that.
Beat it.
Get out of here, pedophile.
5.0.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
It's average beer.
Dang.
I'm not going to buy this thing
I
again.
did not. You didn't buy it the first time, James.
Didn't
And
see that coming.
I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming. I thought you maybe easily be in the 6s on this one.
It's okay. It's.
Okay.
I would not recommend this.
Some people just chasing the likes.
So
you
5.0,
know.
you're not. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
I
what?
don't- Yeah.
This is James's real talk.
If I told you I don't recommend it, I'm giving it like lower than a 5.
I know.
That's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
middle
totally
of the
agree
road.
with you.
5's middle of the road.
Right.
It's okay.
Yeah, but wouldn't you recommend a 5?
No.
Okay.
5? I wouldn't recommend a 5. I would drink a 5.
I would say, hey,
But I
try
wouldn't
it.
recommend
But
it.
Try
Are
it. I would
you-
say try it for yourself.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
gave it a 5.
For me, a 5 is like a Bud Light. I'm not recommending a Bud Light to anybody. It's just
Well, Bud Light's very
it's
generic.
fine. I'm just saying.
I need to talk about cookies for a second, so can we wrap up this beer review?
Yep. Let's wrap this up.
But grab them in the brisket.
Beer review. Okay, everybody looked weird at me whenever I talked about how my mom makes all these homemade cookies
Yeah,
for
you said
Christmas. Is
poinsettia
that
cookies
Yeah,
and
what-
bro. And what was the other one you said?
Santa's whiskers?
Look,
Like,
Santa's
this is weird to you
whiskers.
people?
Yeah.
I've had poinsettias. They're awful.
I don't.
And
This
they're
is,
poisonous.
like, this is weird. This is every Christmas I've ever
Kills
had
animals.
has been like this. Like the poinsettia cookie is like a kind of like a sugar cookie, and it's got those little
The
what are
berries.
those little cherries? They're like bright red or whatever. Maybe
Maraschino?
cherry.
Maraschino.
And there's like 3 little slivers of that look like a poinsettia leaf, and it's got a butterscotch chocolate chip right in the center. And then there's like this other one she does where it's like a ball. It's got powdered sugar on the outside. You guys have never had these things? Like
I don't know. Yeah, you have to keep
the
talking.
Santa's Whiskers one is like it's got like sugar cookie with like a little bit of red cherry swirl inside of it, and then it's got like coconut on the outside. And I think that's supposed to be like the Santa beard looking thing.
I don't know. Your mom is amazing.
I know.
I
We
just
had
realized
her-
that my
his parents
childhood's been
cooking,
way
and
better than
it's-
all y'all's. Like,
Please
it's
have your
weird.
mom make some of these cookies for us.
Yes.
My
Yeah,
mom used to
okay.
make us like a shitload of cookies for every holiday.
I was
It was
almost
like ridiculous.
I was almost going to bring my mom's poinsettia cookie recipe as like the recipe for today or whatever, but I just
I
feel
don't
bad
think
for
you
you
should-
guys.
I-
You don't know what that
Yeah.
is. It's
I
like
don't
the
know.
best
We had
freaking
like
cookie ever.
4 cookies growing up. There was a peanut butter cookie.
There it is.
There was a sugar cookie. There was chocolate chip, and there was whatever one that had the big ass Hershey's Kiss in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. Those were the 4 cookies we had.
Wow.
My mom
And they
also
were all delicious. But
She would make
I
one-
would eat those you were talking about too.
she called like a stained glass cookie.
Well, your mom has her own cookbook, so I mean, and I've had the food out of it. It's amazing. So
Yeah.
The stained glass one, I don't know exactly what she did. Like, I don't know if it was like melted, like kind of like a Jolly Rancher, but I'm pretty sure she made her own shit. So like the very center of it was like see through, but like colors
Yeah. It's like melted
with
sugar.
with a cookie around it.
it
Yeah.
sounds like a lot of work, but it sounds delicious.
I know. My mom always did she did the peanut butter cookie with a Reese's peanut butter cup in the middle. That was always like
Oh, yeah.
a great cookie
Sounds
to
really
go
good.
with. And then at some point, like you start making your own chocolate. That's like the thing. Like you start making your own chocolate chip cookie, your own cookies, and like you start off by going to the store and cutting the package, and then you put the balls in on the thing, you throw them in the oven, and they're perfect, right? And then one day you're like, I gotta start making them from scratch, right? And I remember my mom got into that whole habit. Remember that where she just started trying to make these crazy cookies, right? These different, like, how can she perfect the chocolate chip cookie? And scratch where she was just making them so fluffy, so just big and just right, just the chips are just perfect. And my dad was just tearing them up, right? He's just eating the shit out of them. He's like, I love these cookies. And so I think my mom like left or went out of town or something, and my dad was like, I'm gonna make. He had her recipe. She had written her recipe down on these recipe cards, right? Because she kept this I don't know, index card.
Yeah, a
looking thing.
Rolodex
Yeah.
of recipes.
Yes. My mom had the same thing.
So, and she wrote it down. So he's like, I'm making these cookies. Remember this? Mm-hmm. And they were the worst cookies anybody's ever seen. They were flat. They were like paper thin. And they just melted and disintegrated. I was like, I don't know what you did to these cookies. They just like, shoot.
Yeah, you fucked up.
Fucked up, Dad. This is horrible. And he knew it. And he was like, fuck, I don't know what Mom. Like, I followed the whole directions. I used everything she used, all these directions, right? And I don't know what point he just messed it up, but he did. Whatever, right? I remember like coming home, like my mom was still out of town or something. And I came home and I was like, I'm going to make these cookies myself. I can do it. So I sat there and I took all the ingredients out, combined all the ingredients, mixed it, formed them, made cookies. They came out, and my dad was like, how'd you do that? Did you call your mom? Was your mom here?
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Cause
Never been more proud.
Right. I was like, yes, nailed these cookies. And then I was like, shit, man, I just like I don't know why I cared so much about these cookies or whatever it was. But,
It means something.
It does. It does. But that's funny, like how cookies for you, Matt, it brings like this whole memory of your mom and how she's just killing it. And then your mom, the same thing. My mom, the same thing. Like, I love that. I love how that just resonates with people. That's very cool. Plus this time of the year, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think Matt actually brought a recipe that we can share because most of us aren't going to share our personal cookie recipes from our parents.
Yes,
But
let's share
Matt
all
has a
these
recipe
recipes.
that he's going to share.
I do. It's funny, Alex, you brought up your mom has like her own cookbook or something like that. Well, this is my dad's chili called Mike's Chili, and I got a little picture here of his recipe from like this cookbook that it was in. So I won't go through the whole ingredients though, but a few things I noticed is different about my dad's chili of other chilies that I've made and tried. He doesn't use any kind of broth or anything like that. Like, all the liquid just comes from the other things in here. There's no beef broth or anything like that being added to it. But I guess we'll post this later if you want to try to recreate this. But he says here, drink all but 1 cup of wine, which he recommends 1 bottle of cheap red wine.
So
Not good wine.
You drink the whole bottle
Cheap
and
red-
leave 1 cup.
Yeah, and you leave 1 cup. And
Oh,
then
I
you
like
start
the
cooking.
research. I like that.
You saute the ingredients in a large pot until all the meat is browned. Add the remaining wine and other ingredients. Simmer for 2 to 3 hours. Long cook on a chili. For thicker chili, you may add some tomato paste. If it gets too thick, dilute it with more wine. Cold coffee or beer. I'll leave it at that. If you need to raise the heat level, use more chili or jalapenos. But we'll post this. I will say, to my own, I don't know, chagrin, my dad did include beans in his chili recipe.
Oh, your dad's
Now we cooked this earlier this week, so because I've actually eaten this before, but I've never made it myself. So we cooked it earlier this week. I didn't put the beans in it. I made it without the beans.
Was
and
it
I
good?
gotta say, I can't imagine what it'd be like with the beans. It was way better this way. But yeah, I guess I've never heard of adding more wine, cold coffee.
If you need to loosen it up a little bit.
If you need to like give it like if you need to water like give it a little more wateriness.
Cold coffee. It makes
Nice.
sense. Yeah.
I can't.
I've
imagine-
heard people adding like a little touch of Shiner Bock.
Yeah, I heard that.
Thick, dark, bitter. That's
But that's
all
one thing I
that's
noticed
all you
when we cooked the chili, it was a lot darker than a lot of the chilies, and I'm sure that's coming from that red wine, darkening it up a little bit. But it wasn't like that real bright red.
So how was
color.
it? Is it amazing?
It was
or
great.
what?
It was great. In fact, after I had it, I was like, maybe I want to start incorporating some of this into our chili recipe. And we've won multiple times with our chili recipe, like top 3 basically every single time we make that chili at a competition. So, and even still after having that, I was like, I think I might want to add a couple things to this.
All right. So if you're hearing this, head over to grabthebrisket.com because we will have this exact recipe posted so you can make this chili. And then if you do make it, let us know how you like it.
Do they put cinnamon? Does your dad put cinnamon?
He does not.
Any cocoa, chocolate products in there?
It's funny you mentioned that.
I
Yes.
should say chocolate. Yeah.
Unsweetened cocoa powder
Okay.
is one of
Yeah.
the ingredients.
I've heard of
Good
that.
call.
We've had a guy at work that's we used to have a huge chili competition at work. We don't have it anymore because of the pandemic has shut down any and all
Fun.
any of all get-togethers.
That's
but
just an excuse not to have to pay for any of this stuff.
we had a
anymore.
guy at works in my department, Steve. I think one time he used it was cocoa powder
Yeah.
to make his chili.
Hey, I mean, that's got to add a depth of flavor, right?
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, my dad got this recipe and modified it off of some like fire station chili recipe. And I've always heard like good things about fire station food because always these guys
they're
getting
killer.
together and they're sitting around waiting for a fire. They cook something, So chili and barbecue at fire stations has always been good.
What?
You're either working out or cooking.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I think there's always one person left behind because he's tending to the stove. Like, not everybody leaves the station on a call or whatever.
Yeah.
There's one person that stays behind because he's like, I've got pot of stuff cooking and whatever else. But I did go to a fire station one day. I was doing some work in there, and they had a call, and everybody left, and they had a big pot on the I'm not kidding you, on the stove, a huge pot.
Were you cooking it?
Cooking it. I was like, I got to stay here and like.
Oh, this needs some more salt.
Yeah, I was like, I tried it. I did.
How was it?
This pot was huge, man. It was good. It was like, I don't think whether they're making soup or something, stew or something.
Going through the fridge, like, hey, a little hot sauce in this.
Right. So I mince some garlic, throw it in there.
You need a bay leaf in here.
But at a certain point, I got done. I was like, this is obviously going to take them a long time. It's a fire. Like, they're actually putting a fire out.
Maybe just have a little bit of this.
So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off, I think. So I actually turned it on low.
I mean, you are in fire protection, so it makes sense that you turned off the burner
I'd hate
before you
for
left.
this place to burn down because somebody left a rag somewhere, right? I could have just like, sorry guys, I don't know. So I put it on low. I was like, it's still cooking, but it's on low. And they had some crazy like Viking ranges. It's huge, man. It's huge ranges. They're so nice in there.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, who's footing the bill for all this? But then I was like, well, shit, we are. So whatever.
They don't make what they should.
No, everybody's underpaid, man.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Taking care of the people that are taking care of us, for sure, 100%.
Yeah. It's like everybody hates a police officer. Everybody loves a fireman, right? Because all they do is they don't bust you. They don't write you tickets. They just help you.
You're only there to bail you out.
That's right.
They're both
That's
underpaid,
bullshit,
though.
really. But
Yeah. But, come on. You're going to send a police officer inside of a burning building? No. He's outside guarding the building. And I back the blue. I'm not saying anything about police officer or anything else. I'm just saying,
It's true.
especially here in Houston, these firemen got a raw deal. So
Oh, yeah, they did with the whole
yeah.
thing.
Their
That's a
pension's
whole
screwed
other
up, everything's
conversation.
whatever.
Like, that's,
So, which I think it made national headlines. I think it's still making national headlines. But so I did turn their food off. But the people we lost to at the last cook-off we went to, the one at Backfish, what was theirs? Remember theirs?
The chili one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the white chili?
The white chicken
I'm
chili?
sorry. They got second. The white chicken chili won it, which wasn't even chili. They won it, but the second place was people down from us, and they had the chocolate chili. It was chocolate.
I do remember that.
Yeah, it was some kind of fancy.
It was
chocolate and ghost pepper.
Yeah, it was chocolate. It was spicy chocolate chili.
Yeah, with ghost pepper, and it was really good. I tried it. I was like, "Damn, this is really good."
Yeah, I don't think I tried anybody's stuff out there, but yeah, I bet it was good.
But brisket chili, amazingly, like a lot of people had it. Like the people across from us had it. Like there's like 3 or 4 people there that had brisket chili. I was like, we screwed up, man. We should have went with brisket.
Well, that was a bought cook-off.
What?
You bought tickets and you put them into whoever you thought was the best.
Who's your
the
favorite?
person who won first place just went in there and they
So
just
you
bought
could
a
go
whole bunch
in
of
there and
tickets to do
buy-
it.
Except for what we won, because that was not based on tickets at all.
That's right.
We
that
didn't,
was
but we could have bought that.
not the one we won.
Yeah, we won the best pairing, which had nothing to do with the ticket.
Yeah.
Actually, I think if you think about what they're trying to do, to me, in my mind, that was the best win.
Oh, of course,
Right?
in our mind.
No,
The one we won,
if you
that
think
was the
about
best
it,
win.
Well, if
Yeah.
you not because we won it, but only because you think like we were at a brewery and we put together our food and then gave a synopsis of it, right, based on how we felt about the food and then what beer that they make best pairs with our food, right? So as they're trying the food and we're talking about it there. That's when we told them, it was the 100% that be whatever. But they totally agreed. They're like, yes, you're totally right.
That was a combination of fantastic chili, fantastic beer, and Jan being a fantastic talker.
I don't think so. I don't,
A little bit.
think that's
though.
what it is.
A little bit.
I think they agreed with us.
Yeah.
And they like the chili.
Maybe.
It really sucked was we burnt our chili. Remember we couldn't serve the bottom of it?
Yeah, it was a little crispy at the bottom.
Well, the one Matt and I were serving, we didn't burn it all.
Yeah, but that one didn't win, so that's
You
fine.
didn't get anything.
Just kidding.
That was our first cook-off to do without chasing more smoke. This whole
We haven't done a cook-off since May.
I know.
No, what's one we did?
It was in May.
Was it May?
Yeah.
Jesus, we need to
I
do a
know.
cook-off.
Jingle Balls was, what, last weekend?
We didn't do that one.
I know. I'm saying.
You know,
There
it's
was-
a lot of work. It's not work to do a cook-off.
Yeah. It's true. It is a lot of work
Yeah.
and money.
And money and time.
All these damn barrel smokers kicking our ass and shit.
That's what I'm saying. I want to buy a barrel.
Nah, it ain't the barrel smokers. They're very easy to do.
Yeah.
That's why people love them, right? There's no maintenance. You're not fighting a fire or whatever else. But in my opinion, you do miss out on some flavor. But it doesn't really matter. Like, you know what I mean? It's all up to the judges. And when you put a great piece of meat in front of them, it's seasoned well, and it's cooked perfectly, you're going to do well.
And that's why we're announcing right now
Right.
that we are starting the Grab the Brisket barbecue cook-off. And it's stick burners only.
Okay.
And only the Grab the Brisket crew is the judges. And we will judge all the briskets. And we're going to collect a collection from all of our sponsors and everybody else. And that will be the reward. You ready?
All right.
Yeah.
So you heard it here first. You
Yeah,
heard it here
John's
first,
John's is like, I'm not really agreeing to that, but
well, we have one. We have him on tape.
let's
saying
hash out the details.
Yeah, we are on tape.
When I
Yeah.
say
Yeah,
like
so-
that, it means John edit this out later.
Oh, yeah. This is definitely getting edited
You wouldn't want to
out.
have a Grab the Brisket cook-off?
I would love to. If we could get a spot big enough to host some folks, it'd be awesome.
big. How big do you need? How many teams do you want?
People buy in, and their buy-in
we
goes
just find a
towards the
sponsor
reward.
that has a place that's
Right, just-
big enough.
Drive by the street
There's-
and drop off your brisket. I don't know.
There's several places we could rent out.
Yeah. Well, actually, I
VFW.
mean,
We could rent
we'll
the
hash
VFW
out the
and do it.
details
Yeah.
later. But hey, awesome idea, Matt. I think it's something that we could look into see because hey, we've always thought about that. It's like trying to find a true pitmaster. Can you just navigate a fire for 12 hours or a little bit longer for all your meats, your brisket, chicken, and stuff like ribs? Can you without using electricity?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's 1 hour difference in turn in.
Right. There's a lot of
That's tough. One pit, 2-man inner.
I'm trying to think I'm trying to think
One
of
pit
the
lead.
right word, but there's a lot of all these competitions allow the electricity, and
the pellet
it's like it's not like a scapegoat, but it's like the clause. Like you could use electricity as long as it's fueling something that's burning fire.
Right.
You're like, that does not make sense. Like, what's
Right. As long as it's burning wood.
as long as it's burning wood, you can use electricity to burn that
Can you
wood.
use gas to burn wood?
I like you can. I have no problem if you want to cook with a pellet smoker or whatever
No, it doesn't matter.
at home. Fine, most of us have one. There's no problem with that. But you can't be like a barbecue champion, a pit master, or whatever if you don't cook on a stick burner.
What
You know.
about a drum smoker?
Like what?
A drum.
I don't know. It's just not the same.
It's
Not the
like same.
one
one step up from a
Yeah,
Traeger.
It's like you're like Traeger-esque. You're heading in that direction. You know what I mean?
Because the drum smokers now are like so versatile.
Well, I mean,
right
you
now.
could use a drum smoker, but you can't use any electricity, so you can't hook up a guru
Well, it's battery operated, isn't it?
to it.
I don't know.
No, it's not battery operated. Yeah, you can't. I mean, they may have some that are battery operated, but you can't hook a guru up to it that sits there and monitors the temperature of fire. Like if it gets too low, it blows in wind. If it gets too high, it shuts off.
Yeah, I see.
You
What
can't
you're
tell me
saying.
that's cheating, right? I'm
Okay,
not saying
well,
it's cheating.
Okay,
It's,
on top of that, what about a battery operated probe? If you say no electricity,
Well, that's why I only stick
That's
my
fine.
pinky finger into the meat to tell if it's done. Or not.
That-
Like I don't use a probe.
electricity is not fueling your heat source.
You're just checking the temperature of the brisket.
okay, well then you can't say no battery operated.
Yeah, I don't know. What we're saying is James doesn't like, or I guess maybe Matt as well. Matt's saying also that yes, you can cook on a Traeger, and yes, you can cook on a drum smoker, but you're not really cooking. You're just baking.
Here's my thing, and I know I'm always devil's advocate on this one.
Yeah.
If you can turn out a better brisket on your Traeger than I can on my offset, you deserve to win.
I don't necessarily know if it's better.
If it wins,
that's
according to the judges,
well,
then
that's-
they
that- but
did
that's the
better
thing.
than
That's like,
they
could
better.
I paint a better drawing if I have some AI program that 3D prints my drawing for me? Like, the drawing may end up better, but like
You
the
didn't paint
effort
it.
and everything that went into it is not. It's not the
Yeah,
same.
You're
you
not
know what I
getting.
mean?
Yeah, you're not getting an A for effort. It's who turns out the best brisket.
Well-
And I love my Austin Smokeworks, and that's what I would always use in a competition. But I'm just saying, it is what it is. If you can turn out a better brisket and they allow you to use it,
Well, that's the
It
whole
is what it
thing.
is.
I think we're getting like this barbecue, and this is I do like barbecue, and I don't have a problem people using drum smokers. I think that to me is very smart. It's the footprint is so
Super
small,
efficient, right?
Yeah, and they're very efficient. I don't have any problem with that. I do have a problem. I'm not going to lie to you, and I've always had one with having Traegers at barbecue restaurant or barbecue competitions.
Yeah,
I think that
pellet grills.
pellet grills, I think you're not cooking it. I think you plugged it up, you set a temperature, you have an oven. You brought an oven out to the thing that burns some wood.
no,
right?
I get it. I totally
So-
understand, and I agree with you
Yeah.
as far as I think you should be able to turn
And
out
they
a
win.
better barbecue with an offset.
But I think it'd be fun to see like, okay, great. Hey, listen, we're not have a cook off. We're not allowing barrels, and we're not allowing Traegers. You must use wood only. You can use charcoal to light it, but you must use wood only. And you know what? Like make this thing like some crazy amount of money, like a $5,000 guarantee first place, right? I guarantee people are like, you know what? I got you may not see the same people that win every weekend that use the drums or use the Traegers winning that weekend.
Yeah.
That's probably true.
Maybe
So-
go $20,000 first place.
Who's putting this $20,000?
I'm competing in that. I'm
Obviously,
not
we're not doing it. Sponsors are going to be doing it. But like you were saying, it's almost like using the oven. Like if you're going to bake a cake, you can bake a cake in an offset smoker. You can bake a cake in an oven. It's going to come out better in an oven because its temperature is regulated, and it's going to be more consistent.
Right, but here's the thing. Most people that cook on offset and love their offset are not going to say, you cook better than me because you have a Traeger. They're going to say, fuck you, my brisket's way better on my offset, right? They're not going to say, you're better because you have a
Well,
Traeger.
the people judging it, all they know is they're just judging a piece of meat in front of them. Okay,
Right.
yeah,
They have no idea
yeah,
what it was cooked on.
No, I agree. I
no
agree
smoke
100%
flavor.
on
Oh, it's
that.
perfect.
Yeah.
It's all the same to me. They've already had the smoke in the first bite. They had
Yeah.
on somebody else's plate. Anyways, it doesn't
We're
matter.
not hating on anybody.
We're
If
always
you-
hating
If
on
you,
them,
yeah,
okay?
we are.
We're jealous.
We're-
We hate you.
If you get beat by
I
a
hope your electricity
Traeger,
goes out next time.
if you get beat by a Traeger, I'm just saying cooking brisket, it's because you got beat by flavor and not smoke.
No, that's not even what we're saying.
When I
That's
try that
so
brisket,
inaccurate.
I can
I'm
taste
saying
the pellet.
I'm saying that.
I can taste the pellet.
I
I
agree
can
with James.
taste that you didn't spend a minimum 8 hours drinking and hanging out by the fire, and that it didn't almost go out, and then you threw a log back on it. And you got. I can taste it. Okay,
I don't
that's
think
what I'm
you can
saying.
taste it. I
Yeah, I
think
can taste
that's
all
the
of it.
problem.
can
I think
taste
what
all
you're
of it.
saying is that in my opinion, it should not be allowed.
And that's fair. If that's the case, then I agree with you 100%.
It should
If
not
it's
be
not
allowed.
allowed, it's not allowed. But if it is allowed,
Yeah,
it is
you
what it
can't
is.
bitch about it. I get that. Like, hey, if you plug it in, I understand. If the rule book says it's allowed, it's allowed. I totally understand that.
And that, I think we're on the same page.
I just think that it shouldn't be. I think you should have.
That's why the grab the brisket one. It's not. We're not hating on anybody. It's just this competition.
Yeah.
Right. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's the offset smoker competition.
I think we're all on the same
We're giving away
page.
Sea-Doos, and it's $5,000 guaranteed first place. Total of $20,000 in prizes.
If
look
anybody
forward-
out there wants to
We're gonna
see a
shit
grabbing
ton
the
of
brisket
Dalstrong.
cook-off, please send us your messages saying you want to see it, and then we'll put it in works.
Yeah. But listen, I'm not hating on people that cook on barrels.
No,
Just,
You have a barrel.
yeah, I do. I just hate on people that cook on Traegers.
Traegers.
He just hates himself. He flagellates himself with a whip every time he cooks on it. He's hitting his back. You know,
I don't cook on
Scarlet Letter
So you're mad at
style.
it. I make James do it.
3 out of 5 people here you're mad at.
Yeah. Hey,
No, I'm not mad at you.
we just
Just
cooked
don't think you're
I say
barbecue people.
we just cooked a brisket on a Traeger this past weekend. It was good. It was
Tasted like-
tasty.
Bad smoke.
There was no smoke flavor. There was no smoke flavor.
No,
I'll be
it
honest.
Tasted like When you smolder smoke for like 6 seconds, and it's like, you take that cheap wood and you put it in your whiskey glass, and you're like, oh, I got a little fake smoke in my whiskey or something. The whiskey box.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's kind of what you're doing. You're putting dirty smoke on top of your brisket, and then it's like, tasty.
Tastes like a brisket somebody made in New York City or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
okay, yeah.
Get a rope.
Well, hey, speaking of people winning things with barbecue,
Yep.
we have a new win/fail that came in. Ooh. And I don't know what it is. I haven't read it yet. I don't know if it's a win or a fail. But this is from our good personal friend, Adam Bauer. So he said, I smoke hundreds of numbers of meat in my backyard on weekend. This weekend, I wanted to get the thickest, blackest bark possible. Let me stop there. James, what do you do to get the best bark you possibly can?
You definitely need very coarse seasonings. I would say some salt and pepper. I'm not dropping specific brands. You want to go the coarse seasonings develop that bark.
Okay. He said, I succeeded. At Speakeasy Meats, so I guess he's giving a shout out to them. On this particular morning, I got started early. Affordable run on ribs and bone-in turkey breast. Got things rolling early. A few hours in, after going inside for a bit to warm up, it was a cold Michigan morning. Came out to heavy gray smoke rolling out of my reverse flow smoker. I knew there was a problem and knew it was too late. Thermometers on the smokers were bottomed out. The meat was cooked. Can't open the lids as the fire would probably flare up and engulf my compound. So I just let it roll.
Backdraft.
Yeah. About 30 minutes, it died enough to open it up, and lo and behold, the experiment worked. Black as night ribs and turkey. Crispy treats, LOL. Moral of the story is clean your smoker more frequently than you think. That was about 4 to 5 month window, moving to every 2 months. And never open a lid when this happens. Introducing oxygen into the equation would create, I imagine, a backdraft. And he's got a picture here. I don't know if we can include this, but there's a lot of meat on this grill, on the smoker.
That's super
and
black.
It is as black as night, just like he said. I mean, that is some
bunch of charcoal.
blackened meat.
But can't you open the firebox at that point?
Just let it burn off faster or something?
Yeah.
Introduce
I wonder if you can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can open up the firebox. Or are you talking about like trying to reduce the flames that are going on the inside?
Because he didn't have a flame yet. He's just smoldering, right? Just smoldered fire. So if you open the firebox completely up and then you go and open the two chambers up really fast, yeah, it may pop, but at that point, but he may be too far gone.
Yeah,
anyways.
it sounds like the way he's saying it. It sounds like maybe the chamber itself was already ignited. Yeah,
but this picture, there's like I don't know how many. There's so many racks of ribs on here, and then I see like two full turkeys spatchcocked over here, and it's just everything's just.
I'm going to be honest, none of it looks very good.
Yeah,
he got good bark.
He has bark. We'll say that he's got bark on it.
Maybe.
Can we take just a moment of silence?
Yeah. Somebody pour out a little beer.
Yeah, it's hundreds of dollars.
Pour out a little bit for the homie racks.
On the bright side, what's he getting?
Sucklebusters. Everybody wants some Sucklebusters.
I love that.
Yeah.
Does Sucklebusters have some coarse seasonings for getting
I think
good
they
bark?
They do.
Yeah,
they
got
do.
some good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do a whole bunch of stuff brisket style.
Yeah, and order some of that Chicks That Smoke.
Brisket style bacon. I was trying to bring it back around. Never mind.
We got you, John.
You tried.
It's
It's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Keep it up, buddy.
Last week we talked a little bit about some good barbecue gifts for Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
And then we said we would talk about like some gifts that are like no good. Like we don't want this crap. I tried to come up with a list.
Don't buy.
I couldn't come up with a whole lot. So I put it out there on Twitter and Instagram and whatnot. And there was a few of the folks that were like, "Oh, any grill you have to plug in."
Yeah.
Those folks.
Sorry.
Fucking haters.
I would love. Hey, if somebody bought me a Traeger, I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
I utilize mine all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we did get a couple other things, like the little Wolverine claws for your pulled pork that are kind of pointless.
I use those.
Yeah,
I use them.
but we use those sometimes. I have one that I got, and I'm not trying to tear down a present that I got, but it was like you could slide in your name or your initials and brand.
Yeah, we talked about that last
Yeah,
week.
I'm like,
I had one of those too.
it's like I'm never going to use it. I've never used it. I think I branded a J one time into something. I was
Like, if I'd have got that
That's-
like when I was like 20, I might have just branded myself.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, so some
I
of the other
have seen a
messages
buddy
we
get
got.
branded with a E before. It didn't work out well.
Yeah, he cried.
We got tongs, another damn set of mittens, another grill spatula, any of the other gadgets that don't really serve a purpose.
Hey, the giant tongs
I mentioned that last
are
week. Yeah.
horrible.
Or the big spatula,
You
the
can't-
really big spatula.
You can't freaking squeeze them,
Yeah.
and you're trying to pick stuff up, and the tension is too strong. No, horrible.
One year, I got 3 sets of tongs and what was it? A spatula and some, all in a case, all in like little packs, right? I got 3 packs one year. I was like,
It's one of those things,
What am I
like when you
what am
mention
I gonna
like
do
you
with
like
this?
barbecue or you do barbecue, it's like lo and behold, you're gonna get nothing but barbecue shit that year.
Yeah.
I
Like
told-
my uncle one time, he mentioned that he liked NASCAR one year. He got nothing but NASCAR gifts for the best next 5 years.
What's your
Just-
uncle's name?
Just like Steve.
hey, he's like Uncle
Steve.
Steve, right?
Hey.
Hey, Uncle Steve likes NASCAR. You should get some NASCAR
Yeah.
stuff.
He was just so tired of it.
Dale
Like I don't like it that much.
motherfucker.
Like, you know.
Yeah, let me tell you, if you're into barbecue and you're wanting if you're wanting to get maybe you're sniffing others into barbecue and you want to get them a really good present, get them a ThermoWorks thermometer.
Yeah, we gave them a whole list last week.
Like
Yeah,
those are
ThermoWorks
things that
thermo-
get something that you're actually going to be able to utilize.
One thing
every
is,
single time.
is super awesome, and maybe you don't want to give as a gift or whatever, but a pack of cotton gloves and like 2 or 3 boxes of these nitrile
Nitrate. Yeah.
gloves.
Something
dude.
they'll use.
Yeah,
If I got a box of those under my Christmas tree, I'd be like,
And like Matt was saying,
oh yeah.
industrial tinfoil.
Yeah, the heavy duty tinfoil, man. Whew,
If you're
I'll
thinking
take
about
that.
buying something that's quote unquote personalized, it's probably something they don't want.
it's not going to work.
Yeah.
But
They
I'll tell you
don't
this:
want
a really good one. Get them a barbecue class.
That's a great one.
That's like people like he would go ape, like or she, right? They would go ape shit over
think they
going
will,
to
yeah.
like
Yeah.
a Myron Mixon or like, hey, I got you a barbecue class with Myron Mixon.
Well,
Everybody's gonna be like, holy shit!
It depends on the person. Like,
if they're into barbecue,
well, if they're into barbecue and you've ate their barbecue and they think they're the best, they think they're the greatest, and you get them a barbecue class,
yeah.
they might be like,
No.
are you trying to say my shit's not good?
No,
I don't know.
because-
I've never met anybody who's good
Right.
at barbecue who didn't want to learn what else.
Yeah, if
somebody
they're
was good at barbecue
serious
doing,
about
you know what I
barbecue,
mean?
then they want to learn.
Yeah, there's
more.
a couple of online classes
You would
that
have to
people-
know their personality.
That's true.
people can take that. It's like maybe $100 or maybe a couple $100, but definitely offer a lot of like. And we're not talking just competition, backyard cooking as well, all steak cooking. I know we have a guest coming up in several weeks.
Yeah, what's
the
her name?
steak champion
Yeah,
Coming up quick.
coming up quick. So y'all
we
guys
should
tune
have
in.
Blackhawk Farms coming on sometime in January as well.
Okay.
So they've not confirmed the 19th, but we'll see. That was loud. Hey, also a really good gift is a coupon book. You get them a coupon book and you write in there, "This is good for one free get out of jail card." Right. So then, like, if no matter what he does, if
I
he
want one of
presents
those.
that card to you, you can't say shit, or she does, right? I know you want this, Leslie. If you're listening to this, that's what Alex wants for Christmas. But give him 10 coupons in there.
One free, I won't judge you for burning the barbecue.
Exactly.
coupon.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, one free. You can just go play golf with your friends and have a good time, and I will not give you shit.
Yeah, but you can pregame at the house with all your friends before you do it. That's what I'm see. I can go play golf anytime I want, but you tell me I can have a party at my house afterwards.
Yeah.
I love that.
This is like an all-day pass. You're not showing up after your round of
coming in at 3
golf
o'clock.
to cook dinner.
Showing up tomorrow.
Right. Like, you should need to have, like, pizzas already laid out
We're going to a restaurant, James.
or
Yeah.
tacos.
One free. I didn't want to go to work, so I heated the pool today, and you can't complain when I bring all my buddies over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry you have to work.
And the strippers.
Nice. I love
Are you
it.
heating the pool tomorrow?
Nah, I mean, I can. Well, no, wait. I got to work tomorrow. No. It's Wednesday.
Well, I mean, we don't have to work.
No. Can you just start heating before you go to work and
Let
us know how long it takes to
Let's
heat
let
up?
them know we're even there.
Yeah, I can hit it right now.
All right. Let me ask, John, do you have anything to follow up?
No, I was going to say our next guest isn't for like a month out, but we do
Okay.
have Sean Hill coming up. I don't know if any of you are familiar with him. He is the one of the, we've talked about this before, high school barbecue team coaches.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I think he's out of San Antonio or something, but I'm
badass.
pretty excited to have him on to talk about what the
Heck
hell
yeah.
are they doing. I think it's
Okay.
cool.
Very cool.
Nice. Hey, definitely stay tuned. Let me, before we tell off, let me, and I know this episode's running late. Maybe John will like splice this into 2 episodes, but let me throw a couple of facts out to you guys. Facts. A couple of, so I searched some weird Texas laws, some weird Texas food laws
Ooh.
that are on the books.
Wait, do we have a food law that says you can't put vanilla ice cream on pie?
I don't think so.
Because I think it's like Massachusetts or something that has something like that.
No, I gotta flip
Yeah.
through here, and I'm gonna do just kind of brief little synopsis on just a couple of them, and then maybe next episode we'll come back with the more in depth detail on. Yeah, definitely. Flirting
Ooh.
with the eyes or hands is illegal in San Antonio.
You say flirting?
Flirting.
Oh, flirting.
I thought he
Oh.
said farting.
Flirting?
I don't think that's true. I know the internet says it, but like, think about
According to HG.org,
it. Hey,
HG.org.
We're not in San Antonio, bro. You can flirt the fuck out of me with your eyes.
I feel like if your last digit on your web address is org, it's pretty legit, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's facts.
it's facts.
Jesus,
Yeah,
internet's difficult to navigate.
It's on the internet.
right.
It's-
This is enforceable for both men and women, by the way. Boom, boom.
Can you imagine?
They break the.
Hold on, can we go back to this? Can you imagine calling the police and like, that son of a bitch over there started flirting with me with their eyes? I want you to arrest him right now.
He winked at me.
And he used hand gestures. You know what I'm talking about? He waved. Did the whole finger thing.
little
That-
finger.
that's
yeah.
it?
How do you describe that?
That's
Flirting.
just called the finger thing.
That's just flirting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's one on it, and they break this down to different categories as far as like miscellaneous and just like animal related or whatever it is. Number 8 on the list was don't shoot buffalo from a 2nd-story hotel.
I think it's
Yeah.
probably.
You can't do second story.
You
I probably,
can't,
probably
First and third are
for
good.
the 1st and 3rd is good.
Totally fine.
Yeah.
I want to live there. I think wherever that is, I think I want to live there.
Wait, you said this is Texas?
No, it's all over the United States.
This is Texas. This is
I think any
do.
buffalo in Texas.
right here. This one's 16 strange and enforceable laws still in the books in Texas.
Texas. Okay.
Jesus. Ooh.
Some of these we've already covered. Like we already covered on previous episodes. Like you can't sell your organs.
Yeah, yeah.
You can give them away.
But you can't give them away.
Barefoot in public is a thing.
Oh God, I'm in trouble.
Oh Jesus!
I'm calling the
not- not
police
in
right
Houston.
now because Matt
Yeah.
is barefoot.
I'm on private property.
No,
right
not in
now.
Houston. There are some cities in Texas where it is illegal to go barefoot without permit. In order to comply with the city's laws and sanitations and appearances, citizens must buy a permit for $5.
Yeah, those cities don't have a Walmart.
They
How-
are
how
then
long is that?
free to go
They
barefoot.
need something like.
How long does that permit last?
I don't know.
$5 a day to go barefoot?
I'm calling Brandon to come get you right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a season.
It's
Don't hate
apparently
my
on the
Walmart
list.
feet.
No, I don't see. There's one of the books that you can't eat your neighbor's garbage
Well, that's just bullshit.
without
Did
permission.
you see what he threw away?
You're infringing on my
Perfectly
rights.
good.
Did you see the brisket he threw away?
That's disgusting.
Texas common law marriage. Texas is a common law
Yeah.
marriage
is.
state. Therefore, two willing parties who are over 18, unmarried, and aren't related are legally married if they publicly announce they are married 3 times.
I knew that one.
Really?
Yeah.
There's
And
actually-
because like so in public announcement counts as like opening a bank account together, like an electric bill together.
That's right.
like renting a home.
Matt knows things.
Boom. I know these things.
There's
Yeah,
actually
those things
more
are awesome.
stipulations in that.
Because I was worried I was married to somebody at one time, and I was like, make sure this doesn't
Am I
happen.
No,
freaking
because
married?
I asked my dad, who was a judge for child support in Texas, and like, there's actually some other stipulations in there. It's
You lived
not
together for a
just
while.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what does he know?
Yeah. And if
Judge.
He only went to law
Just a
school.
judge.
and if you're in Denison or Bristol, Texas, it is illegal to show your stockings. It is penalty up to a year in jail.
This can't be real.
It's still in the books.
Unenforceable, though, right?
Well, it's still in the books.
It means it can be enforced anytime.
It means they hate Christmas.
Yeah.
Right?
You can't hang your
That means, like,
stockings.
Sir, can I see your license registration, please? Nope.
Are you showing your stockings?
I'd have
right
to-
now?
Ma'am, I
display
see
my
your
stocking.
stockings.
I see them
I'm
hanging
gonna have
on
to
your
ask you
mantle
out of the vehicle,
from your
please.
window.
Like, you know what I wonder? Like, what made it so bad back in the day? He had some
Right.
creepo dude, like, living in town. And he was, like, infatuated with women's stockings. They're like, that's it. For this day forward, no stockings. Every time you show your stockings, Fred over here goes crazy. And then that's like, that ends the whole thing, right?
Either that or the stockings were hung up to show a brothel.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay.
A whorehouse.
Who,
Poorhouse?
Hirsch. Let's branch out of Texas really quick, and then we'll cap it. Alabama.
They don't have laws, do they?
Yeah, something about white sauce.
They have some.
Oh, okay.
Alabama. Throughout Alabama, it's illegal for a person to walk down the street with an ice cream cone in their back pocket.
I thought that was on a horse.
Back when most people got around horseback, horse thieves would put ice creams in their pocket to lure horses away without being charged with stealing. Luckily, not a lot of not a lot of people are stealing horses off the streets of Alabama today. So, but the law is still in the books.
if you put ice cream in your back pocket, there's something wrong with you.
My ass is freezing.
Internally, you've got problems.
No, they're trying to get the horse back to the wherever they're
I don't know
at,
what you're doing at this
to
point.
their ranch.
Right, right.
No,
Alaska.
The horse just followed me. The horse loves me.
Alaska. We'll close it out this last one
Is that ice
because
cream?
I know we're running probably like an hour and a half on this thing. Alaska, it is illegal to give alcohol to a moose.
You don't want to see a drunk
Yeah,
moose.
it's no fun at all.
Back in 2007, and this is how
That's recent. It's more
this
recent.
is
I thought.
recent
Yeah.
law that's been passed.
1800s.
Back in 2007, a moose later named Buzzwinkle by the local
I
media
love that.
Buzzwinkle.
was seen
That's funny.
parading downtown the streets of Anchorage after dipping his face into the local brewery supply during a holiday season. After getting his antlers tangled with the Christmas lights, he stumbled past Alaskans and inspired the quite new laughable law.
All right.
That's hilarious because like that law was written to ticket a moose.
Right.
Like, you're not ticketing
Right.
people who are doing that.
Buzzwinkle. It sounds like Bullwinkle, but
That's,
All right.
Yeah, that's the.
you got
Before
it? Everybody got it?
Before we close that out, though, okay, my parents used to put out little like saucers of beer because slugs. My mom had gardens. Slugs are attracted to beer, and every once in a while, we would have a drunk squirrel fall out of a tree because they would go there and drink the fucking beer and get drunk and fall out of a tree.
Nice. I love
Great.
that. I should do that now.
I know you're from Alabama.
Yeah, it's Texas. There, Matthew.
Okay. All
We
right.
should actually put like bowls of beer outside. Just film our
This was
little-
for the slugs. They'd get in there and
Wow.
drown and
the
die.
neighbors over like lapping up like a
Yeah, exactly.
James, get out of my backyard.
on get.
I rate this bowl of beer a 4.0.
a little warm.
It's warm and it's pretty old, and there's 5 dead slugs in
But I
it.
have a buzz, so we're good.
Hey, this is Grabbing the Brisket, guys. Hey, we appreciate the listen. Slide over to grabbingthebrisket.com. Check out all the stuff that we got going on. And, hey, hit the next button over and check out the next video.
Peace.
Later, guys.
Thanks everybody. We've been great.
Smoke on.
Dang it, Bobby. Just grab the brisket. or we would like to give a special thanks to Fogo Premium Hardwood Lump Charcoal, Bolner's Fiesta Spices, CoolieNation Custom Koozies, Cambro Manufacturing, Yeti Cooler, the Smoke Sheep Barbecue Newsletter, and Texas Brew Hopper. We appreciate their support. Y'all guys go check them out.